Good morning. It's Monday morning. Hi there. Happy New Year. It's 2016, so we can let go of that old one. Forget it. Leave it behind. Whatever didn't work out or did or whatever, it's done now. We can look back at it, but we don't have to live it anymore. So yay for us. So here we are, your Momo, Monday Momentum. And what we want to talk about today are what are the plans going into the new year? What are the new ideas? Are there new themes? Are there new important things that we're going to get done? And Linda and I were spending some time talking about this before we went live, and it's real clear to me that my number one theme for the year is to get some of my projects, all of them if I can, systematized in a way that works for me so that I am feeling more organized, because I'd like to be the most organized person on the planet, and in control. So let's get going on that. I don't know if Linda, I know you said you spent some time talking or thinking about, your new year and what you want to get out of it. And of course, this is based on our experiences right now and our experiences over the last few years. But any general theme for you? Me, it's systems. We're going to get some systems going here. You're muted still, darling. There.
Good morning. Happy New Year. So yeah, I'm excited for a new year. Clean slate. Last year I had a fair share of challenges. A lot happened, a lot changed in my world. I wasn't as productive and focused on my business as I would have liked to been. So I really spent the last couple of days kind of thinking about that, refocusing. I know that last week we kind of talked about I had the idea that I was going to go back and review some of the things in my old Franklin planner, and I actually did that, went flipping through and remembering some things I had done years ago. And it just kind of helped me get motivated. Also been thinking a lot about, everybody comes out this time of year with their goals for the year and setting New Year's resolutions and all this other stuff. And I've decided I'm not going to fall into that category, but I am going to adopt better behaviors. I am going to look at, planning my day on paper before the day starts. What are the things I absolutely must accomplish today? Really working on, my mindset. And I've decided I've got a theme for the year. And my theme is to be focused, organized, and proactive.
Wow.
Yeah, talk about procrastination. I nailed it this year. Time to flip that around.
So you mastered it. You got that one handled now. You know how to do that. Is that right?
I know how to do procrastination really well. So we're not doing that anymore. But clearing clutter from my life is something that I'm really going to focus on this year, because I truly believe when I get rid of the clutter from my life, I am clearing room for my personal and professional success moving forward. So yeah, so I spent this weekend updating software programs and justifying spending the funds that I wouldn't spend all last year on the new software. So I've talked enough. Back to you, and then I'll tell you what software I updated.
Yeah, well, and I'm curious if adding that new software or updating it or buying it or whatever you did is going to mean that you'll be able to provide better service for your customers, because I'm assuming it will. And I'm proud of you. Organized, focused, and proactive. That sounds like a lot. It sounds really good, too. And I'm imagining that organization is just like many other things. We used to have a saying when I was in graduate school, and we were learning about training, because I studied training and development. And there is no such thing as no training. There's just good training or bad training. And, every employee that comes into a new position, if they don't have an official training program, well, that employee is going to learn whatever they learn by, talking with other employees or just observing or making it up in their head. And they still get trained, and you might not like the results, but I think there's no such thing as no organization. There's just organization that's working for you and organization that's not. And so I want systems to help me stay organized. I have so many projects going on now, and they just keep coming to me, and that's great. That's abundance. That's what we want. And many of them are completely in alignment with the direction that I want to go in terms of my life and my business. And it's pretty hard to juggle them all. It's just this show, Monday Momentum, has been my favorite thing that I do. And it was easier to manage it a year ago than it is now. It seems like it would be easier now that we've spent so much time doing it, that it would be a snap kind of, this is what you do, this is how you get it done, yay, it's Monday, we're here talking, and then it's over. And instead it's getting more complicated and harder for me to manage. And I think that's because my life is getting fuller with other things, but I'm not liking that. I want very much to be somebody that's on top of it and has organization. And my solution that I keep coming up with is I need an assistant. I want an assistant. I don't know who this person is or where they're going to come from, but I want a person to arrive in my life that I can pay, who is going to help me to shine in the areas that I shine in, and kind of say, okay, Sarah, here's the system we've developed to deal with all those new contacts or this new project, or how this is what you need to be doing right now for Monday Momentum to make sure that Momo goes well on Monday. And so if you're out there, you can arrive now. I'm ready for you, my wonderful assistant, whoever you are, if you're virtual or if you're physical, I don't know, but I need you to show up. Do you work with assistants, Linda? Are you completely on your own, or are you, you must have people that you outsource to or something for some of your work. Is that right?
I've been the gamut up and down between hiring real employees, hiring virtual employees, doing it myself. This year, I'm going to balance it. I am actually going to be, I've always hired like a developer or designer to help me out. And I think this is the year that I'm going to actually hire a VA to help me with a lot of the small stuff. But anyway, back to some of the software that I'm changing this year. Every January 1st, I look at my inbox and I have thousands and thousands and thousands of messages. And it just becomes so out of control during the year because I get so many automated messages, whether they're newsletters from clients or people I want to follow, whether they're automated systems for me. A lot of the server kicks off a lot of automated messages, a lot of Google calendar events pop up in my email. Everything just accumulates in my email box, and it's distracting. It's not easy to find. It's not efficient. So here it is, January 1st, cleaning my email box, and it dawned on me that I need to switch systems. And I discovered that through my hosting company that I'm with now, for the same price for having just my online email, I can have the whole Office 365 suite. So I am in the process of migrating that. I did a lot of cleanup in preparation for it, and over the next 2 or 3 days, I will have that online. Moving everything online. My computer runs slower when I have everything installed on it. So I decided this is the year I'm moving things off my computer online. So I'm going to have
cloud is what you're talking about? You're moving
cloud.
And so tell me, how is using Microsoft Office Suite going to help you with your thousands of emails? Because I have the same problem.
Well, I'll tell you when I start using it. I am hoping it is better organized and easier to use, faster to filter through. Filters are so important for me. So the Office 365 is one thing. I haven't started using it yet. I'm in the queue for the migration for that. Second thing I did was, I've been a QuickBooks user for years. I struggle with that. 10 years later, I'm still struggling with QuickBooks because face it, it's convoluted. And I decided that I'm finally going to bite the bullet and I'm going to go with the QuickBooks Online. And I started off with their small package, which is really for the freelancer. And it helps you with your business and your personal. And then I decided, well, it doesn't give me enough flexibility. I need to, bring in the invoices, because I had all that in the desktop version, and they don't offer that in the low-end version. So I moved up to the middle package. And now it gives me the invoices and things like that. And although I've been doing it for 10 years and still struggled with it, this online version just seems so much easier. And I've decided that whether it's easier or not, it's the mindset. The mindset of the fact that it's online. I don't have to be at my desk to be able to use it. Now I can manage my clients' invoices and things like that from my cell phone, from my laptop, from my desktop computer. So I'm really excited that I'm going to have this ability to invoice clients or receive payments from clients from any device I happen to be on. So it's no longer a task that I have to be in front of my computer to do it. So I'm excited for those two major pieces of software. And part of my preparation for doing the QuickBooks is I had to take all my clients and I had to put them into an Excel spreadsheet and upload them. Well, now I have that spreadsheet. I'm just going to pop it into my CRM and start using the CRM that I've been playing with off and on for years. So it's all coming together, Sarah.
Good. So could you come over to my house and do all of it for me? These are all things that I want as well. And I don't want to become good at QuickBooks. It's not that I mind the idea, but I don't have a desire to. But I sure would like to have all of that more organized. And I did hire a bookkeeper this year. And my vision for how I thought that was going to go is that every month I would have a certain piece of work I was supposed to give her, and then she would spit things back at me. And now that the year has ended, I would have this beautiful, clean picture of what I had done. And that's not quite how it worked out. So mostly because I haven't heard from her for 6 months. So I think I hired my twin.
Well, you might want to think
I'm
about.
not sure. Maybe it wasn't clear what the expectations were, but now, of course, I still have a mountain of stuff I have to go through to get to her in order to get the end of the year stuff done, and doesn't feel any easier than it used to feel before I had her. So I'm not sure what the benefit has been for me quite yet, or maybe I've just plain hired the wrong person, or maybe it wasn't clear. But it's that desire for systems and organization, and I'm imagining this is just one of the things that you go through as you grow your business, no matter what your business is. I mean, I have people that want to work with me and that I need to keep up with, and I'm having a real challenge doing it when there's all those other things that we always talk about here. The children need to go to school and just life when you work from home. So I think part of what I'm also suffering from is the whole 2 weeks off of school, therefore 2 weeks of people in my house that are normally out, and that distracts from me and keeps me from being as productive as I would like. So today we are celebrating that's over. And so this time next week, I may be sitting here saying, oh, yeah, I'm just like Linda. I got my CRM going and I made an Excel spreadsheet. And I mean, I don't know, maybe that'll happen. I suppose it won't if I don't make it happen. But that's the desire I have. So now you're inspiring me. I wish that I had done all that, and maybe next week I'll tell you that I have. So how about that proactive piece? How are you planning to implement that?
But here's another thing I did. Every morning I wake up, I've got a clipboard by my bed, and I start just jotting down ideas, things that I want to do. And then the paper gets lost, and it comes into my office, gets buried. Well, I got a notebook now.
Okay.
My ideas and my to-dos. And I'm going to be able to take this and I'm going to be able to pipe it into my software. So part of the thing I struggle with now is, I've got manual to-do lists. I've tried some online to-do lists that I haven't been overly crazy about. I've got the email, I've got a separate calendar, and I'm really hoping that this 365 is really going to help me integrate the email with the calendar and the to-do list, so I can kind of come in and focus on, you know, one software program, again, because it's online, through my cell phone, through my laptop, through my computer, wherever I happen to be. See this dashboard of things that relate. When I get this email for a meeting, boom, it goes straight over into the calendar without having to open up a separate software, you know, move things over to my to-do list, etc. So I'm looking at bringing the separate systems, whether they're manual systems or desktop systems, together and doing it all online.
Good. I like it. And I think that what one piece that I'm getting out of what we're talking about today is that some guests, you know, we've been asking you, the audience, what you would like to hear about, and we guess sometimes what we think that is. But right now, it's pretty clear for both Linda and I that getting a few experts on our show that can talk about organization and streamlining and systems would be useful to the Momo team. So if you're out there and you want to be on the show, let us know, because there are people that are really good at this stuff. I know that. I know one who came into my office, and within like 3 hours, she made it look amazing. And I've been begging her to come back ever since, and she's too busy. Or maybe she just doesn't want to because yuck. But I mean, I was like, how did you do that? You know, and I know it's easier to organize other people's stuff than it is your own. That's just part of life. But those people have great ideas about streamlining and organizing your email, which is another thing. I open up my email inbox and just go, how can I manage this? And a lot of it is emails I don't want, but a lot of it is emails I do want. And I can see why people basically just have an email that goes out now that says, if you really want to talk to me, don't send me an email, because the chances are you may not hear back from me. Email used to be easy and fun. And it used to be a great way to stay in contact. Now it's not so good. So again, so it sounds like you already are proactive. You're proactive. You went through and looked at all your things that you did before and decided the ones you liked the best, the ones that benefited you, and now you're being proactive about setting up 2016. So help me. What would be a good proactive piece that I could do?
Before we help you, let me tell you one more thing that I'm going to do that's going to help me.
Okay, well, it might help me too. Who knows?
Now, if you send me an email, it will get buried. Although this year I'm going to be a bit more proactive on that. I'm implementing a ticketing system. That if you have something that you want me to do, fill out a ticket. It comes into the system. I get a notice that it's in the system. I can log into the system. I can update what's on the ticket. And it does two things. One is it tracks all the tickets that I know that I have to do something for people. It allows me to put in there what I did for them, so it's going to be easier for me to bill them when the time comes if it's a billable item. And when I close it out, it's just a history of my accomplishments. So I'm psyched. I'm going to do the ticketing system.
So that's for people that you know, you're building a site for them or working with them in that capacity, I'm assuming, not necessarily for some friend that wants to have lunch with you or something like that.
No, it would be project based.
Good.
Because, you know, right now, where do you keep track of this stuff? You kind of put it in the to-do list. When you've done it, you archive a to-do list. You don't really have that project management history. And I've used project managers before, and I think the ticketing system is kind of a combination between the urgency of the to-do list and the project management, where I'll be able to have everything combined into one. So if you have coaching clients and you want to keep track of coaching clients, you might try a project management system. But for me to get things done, especially if I take on a new developer, I can just forward the ticket to the developer, and the developer replies to me in the ticket when they've done, and I can build a client. I like that.
Yeah, I like it too, and I think it might be really useful for all the editing that I've been doing to try to. I mean, I have this pile of clipboards of various projects that I'm working on for different people, and I have to go back and look and see how many hours have I put into this and what's going on with it now, and that works okay. But now that there's going to be more and more and more people asking for that, the ticketing thing might be perfect for. It seems to me for editing jobs. Am I missing
Well,
something?
for you, either ticketing or probably project management.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing too that these things will do, and I know you kind of poo-poo the QuickBooks Online type thing, but I've decided that I'm going to make it fun because
Do
I've
it.
always hated going in there, and you believe it, I hate billing clients. Why do I hate billing clients? Because my system isn't working for me. So now that I'm using the online version and I can do it from anywhere at any time, and I've adopted the thing that it's fun. Remember I told you I only want to do things, I only want to work with people that are fun, I only want to do things that are fun. Billing my clients is going to be fun.
Well, and you're taking action to find a system that works, and it's a step, and it may or may not turn out to be the perfect solution, but at least it's a step. So I admire you for that. And it's fun to talk to somebody that knows about all these systems and things that are out there, because that's not my field. I deal with the real hard book still, and not so much online, though that's what we're doing right now. So yes, I feel as though what I need to do now is say, all right, let's check in after the end of the first quarter and reevaluate how are our systems working? How did all that go? Because, the danger, I think, for a lot of us at the new year is we make resolutions, we make plans, and we'd make a lot of progress, but we kind of peter out spring, summer, whatever, we get carried up in the momentum of our lives. And there's no necessarily problem with that, but if you never review them, you might find that a whole year's gone by and it's, oops, there was that one thing I really planned to do and I never did get around to it, and I could have if I had just reviewed them. So let's have a Momo goal of at the end of the first quarter, we kind of do an evaluation. How are we doing? And meanwhile, I'm gonna be looking for people that can work, like I said, talk to us about organizations and streamlining and systems. And it's really, I think, really the overarching theme is growing pains as your businesses grow and things change in the world, but also just more demands are being made on you for more clients, more customers, more activities, more different projects, that you've got to have ways to deal with that or you can't grow. And that means you're stuck, you're stagnant. And that's not why any of us went into business. So I feel like we have some content and meat to carry us into the new year in terms of subjects and topics for us to talk about. So again, I invite all you viewers, send us your favorite person who is an organization maven and knows how to design systems and can help somebody who is drowning in their stuff learn how to manage it, because I know you're out there. Yeah, really. Any other ideas for the new year? I mean, the things that I spent more time planning were, like I said, I really do want to get an assistant this year. So I spent some time sort of visioning and imagining what that person's going to be like and how much fun it's going to be for us to work together and how much benefit they're going to get out of it, not just me, because I really want that to happen. And I actually have a list here of all the things that this person's going to do once they show up. And I guess the thing for me to do next is start maybe looking on Craigslist or something to see if I can find someone to actually do it. Because I can see the benefit of a VA in terms of all of the input for, email addresses and all the other stuff, kind of everything you're talking about. Seems to me a VA could do a lot of that. But I also want a physical person who can help me rearrange this space and develop physical systems for me. When you walk in, this is where you put the business cards you collected today, and this is what you do with them next, so that they don't just pile up. Anyway, that's my goal. And I do you have you said you've used VAs before. Do you have a special place or a company that you've worked with, Linda?
I've not hired a VA before. I've hired designers and developers, but VA is definitely on my list. And I do have some ideas for that. And I'll talk to you about that online. But just want to say one thing. You know, you said we'll check in quarterly. I think if we wait till quarterly, it could be, oops, I didn't get that done this quarter. And then, you know, a chunk of the year is already gone. So.
Oh, I agree. We can check in more often, but I don't think we necessarily need to tell the whole world how we're doing more often because, you know, they might get bored with it. We want to be offering value to them as well, though, you know, if somebody is dying to know, they can certainly send us an email and we can respond to it. But that's kind of what I meant. That, I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Does that sound reasonable?
Well, I am not 100% for everything public, so.
So you and I and James, when he's back, we can check in on how are we doing for our own systems. And then once in a while online, we can say, okay, this is the update, you guys. We worked on that system doing Office 365, and it turns out that it was great, or it turns out this was a glitch and we found something better. Because there may be other people that are like me going, oh, I wish I was doing that. Oh, I'd like to know more about that. Oh, I want to hear how it works out. And that's the idea. That's what I had. So you know what? We're almost out of time. Anything else you'd like to add or say to the world today?
I just hope I'm as pumped next week as I am this week about my new systems.
Okay. Well, I would say write a beautiful visualization of how excited and energized you are with all your new systems and read that every day before you even get out of bed. And that'll help that happen.
Actually, there is one thing that I also kind of looked at, and you've probably seen a lot of emails on it, Mind Movies. I'm going to start. Mind? Oh, check it out. Do a Google search on Mind Movies. It's really kind of like a series of PowerPoint presentations or images with your affirmations on them. And you can just, you know, flip through these things and really start working on that mental mindset. So in addition to being focused, organized, and proactive, I'm working on mindset this year.
Okay. Well, I think your mindset rocks. But I Mind Movies, like Moby Dick.
Movie? Like a video. Movie.
Mind Movie. Huh. Okay.
All the rage online.
Well, there you go. That just shows how out of it I am. The only raging online I do is right here every Monday morning. So Linda Kay is signing off. Is that right? Good. And yeah. Okay. And it sounds like she's ready to take on your business. She's got a whole bunch of new ways to interact with you. So make sure if you're looking for a website and you need somebody to help you with it, Linda's the one. And I'm Sarah Coolidge right here. This is Monday Momentum. We get together every Monday to help ourselves stay motivated because we work from home, and to help you as well. We want to have new ideas for you, new energy, new momentum under your perhaps sort of sedentary rear. Some of us really need a kick once in a while, and we're kicking ourselves. And if you enjoy the kick that we're trying to give you, please let us know. You can subscribe and connect and contact us through the YouTube channel and through the webpage. And we want to know what you want to hear about. Sounds like we're going to be talking about systems a lot more and organization, but maybe that's not your favorite thing. So let us know. We want to hear from you. Have a fabulous week. Go out there and kick it and slide into Friday feeling really good about everything you got done. We'll see you next Monday. Bye-bye.